Hi everyone. So we've been thinking about incorporating hydrogen water into our PEMF therapy clinic. Of course, we know how important water is. It's as important as the air we breathe. And hydrogen water has been all the hype lately and what everyone's now talking about. We're really waking up to frequencies, chromotherapy, energy medicine, and we've been feeling like water has been a missing piece to the PEMF therapy that we've been doing. So when I went to Canada for the workshop with Swiss Bionic, I was staying with my good friend and colleague, and she has the Lumivitae water bottle. So purposely I only did PEMF about twice, maybe 3 times during the whole week that I was with her, because I wanted to really just try the Lumivitae hydrogen water and see how it made me feel without having PEMF therapy. So, and I wanted to give it a real good test, a good chance. And I have to say, I was feeling really good. I was feeling lighter, clear, more clarity and more focus. I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I was feeling good with this water. So we explored it a little bit further and ended up purchasing one through my friends because this is an affiliates program that Lumivitae offers, just like Swiss Bionic, which is really, really wonderful because you can, as sharing the product and recommending it to friends and family, and just by speaking about it, you're able to receive commissions from the company for growing their product and their brand, which we really, really love. And this seems to be the new way a lot of companies and brands are going, and it's very new earth, and we're right on board with it, enabling us to own our own business and have a nice, steady, abundant stream of income that you are in control of. So going further, this is what we've learned so far. We have to really believe in what we're doing, so we're giving it our own tests and trials to see how good it is, why it's good, how it makes us feel, and a little bit more about the bottle itself, the technology, and the compensation plan within Lumivitae. So this is what we've learned so far. Take it away, Conrad.
So I've spent the day, I've always done a lot of research on things that I've been interested in, and I can't get behind it if I don't believe in it. But just spending the time that I did researching the bottle, I found it actually to be a really great product and a lot of interesting things that I learned in just a short amount of time. So first off, I wanted to talk about alkaline water versus molecular hydrogen infused water. These are two very different things, and I used to throw these terms around loosey-goosey, like they were kind of the same thing, but they're really not. So alkaline water has been around for a very long time. That was a big hype, I think, since about the 80s. Everyone was on board for alkaline water. But the truth of the matter is why alkaline water was so therapeutic, because it was the molecular hydrogen that's in the alkaline water that was providing the therapy. It's not the pH of the alkaline water. And pH is just basically, in science we have a pH scale. On the lower end of you have the acids, and on the higher end you have the alkalines, so it's 1 to 14. So everyone wanted alkaline water. We have a Berkey ourselves, and we have stones in there that create alkaline water, but it's actually the molecular hydrogen that is an offshoot of the alkalinity that leads to the therapy. So then I looked into the bottles and how they actually work. So with Lumivitae, they use something called a PEM membrane, which is I have it written down here, my apologies. It's a proton exchange membrane. So when you have an alkalining machine, you put a charge through I'll make this very short. You put an electrical charge through the water, and that breaks up the water molecule as an oxygen and 2 hydrogens. And when you break that molecule, you have a free-floating hydrogen, and you have an oxygen and 1 hydrogen. That's 2 products. You have 1 hydrogen molecule, and you have a hydroxy molecule. Now the hydroxy changes the pH, which leads to an alkaline solution, and the free-floating hydrogen, it doesn't like to be alone. it finds another hydrogen and it gives you that molecular hydrogen, which is also known as hydrogen gas. That's why you see the bubbles in the bottle. But you still have that hydroxy ion, which leads to changing of the pH, which makes the alkaline water. But with Lumivitae's bottle, they use their membrane actually moves protons across, which is the positively charged molecule, off to the other side. So you're just creating hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. And any extra things that are created, which you create chlorine, I believe, in all of it, but it offshoots all of it through the bottom of the bottle. You get rid of the oxygen, the chlorine, and there's another molecule that the bottle gets rid of. But you're drinking pure water with hydrogen gas infused into it. So when you run a program through Lumivitae, that bottle's bubbling. The bubbles you see aren't the actual ones that's doing the therapy. The bubbles you don't see, which are they call it nano bubbles, and nano is just a term to describe something that's microscopic, you can't see with the human eye. Those nano bubbles are the ones that are dissolved in the water that you're consuming, which is providing the therapy. Some bubbles are just too big, they can't dissolve, and that's why you get a little bubbling from the bottom in the water. So that's the main component of the bottle. It creates the hydrogen, molecular hydrogen infused water. So another thing I briefly want to touch on is how much molecular hydrogen is infused into the water. So Lumivitae states on their website, very clear, great literature. It says they infuse anywhere from 1.2 to 1.4 parts per million into your hydrogen bottle. And what that means is it's 1.2 to 1.4 milligrams of hydrogen per liter. So you look at the bottle size is 380 milliliters, I believe. So some quick math will tell you that every time you drink one bottle, you're getting 0.448 milligrams of molecular hydrogen. And all the studies that are now saying to get a therapeutic dose, you need roughly about 3 milligrams of molecular hydrogen. So you gotta drink about 6 of these a day to get a therapeutic dose. So if you're drinking your regular water, regardless, that's a piece of cake, because it's a 380 mil.
Yeah, and what we really love is actually the back office of Lumivitae. It's very clear and easy to follow and easy to understand. We do other affiliate businesses, so we really appreciate when the back office is good. Another thing that we really love is it emits chromotherapy in the water. So this is something that we do with our PEMF therapy. Our PEMF therapy has a three-dimensional brain entrainment component to it with light therapy, color therapy, and binaural beats. So this actually puts the color therapy into the water. So it's emitting energy, healing energy into the water, which has an effect on the physical body, and charges the water as well with frequencies, with 3 frequencies that we will explain more a little bit later as we're reading about it and learning about it. This is what we've discovered so far. So it looks really good. It's really interesting what they've created here. And then you're going to explain a little bit about the compensation?
Yeah, probably on the next video. I just want to touch on one last thing. The bottle is plastic, which people may think, oh, why they make a plastic bottle? When you're charging water with gas, there has to be expansion. And if it was glass, you may get some like microfractures in the glass because you're embedding gas into it. So it's a plastic, it's called Triton, which is a medical grade plastic that is very strong and very safe to use. Yeah.
And of course we don't want to drop the bottle either and break it, so. Okay. We'll get back to you with some more shortly. Thank you.
See ya.